I didn't think I could have any less faith in Kathleen Kennedy and Disney's ability to manage the Star Wars franchise. But then I saw the 2-minute teaser trailer for Star Wars Episode 9, The Rise of Skywalker. Yes, the rise of the guy who we made commit suicide for no reason at the end of the last movie. If this title and these 2 minutes of faux nostalgic footage don't give you a little bit of a reason to pause and don't help you to realize that the people who are in charge of this have no idea where they're going with it and have no idea what they're doing with it, I don't know what will, except maybe going and subjecting yourself to this movie in December. The Rise of Skywalker. How do you have the rise of the main character who you killed off? Maybe you have him come back as a Force ghost. Do you have Anakin Skywalker come back? Is it going to be a bunch of different Force ghosts? Do you have Leia? Is it going to be about Leia? Well, the actress who plays Leia is dead. So are you going to have a computer-generated Carrie Fisher running around battling some other computer-generated dead actor? Maybe computer-generated Alec Guinness will come and talk to her. The title is completely bonkers and should tell you everything you need to know about the entire trilogy. That it has nothing to do with anything. It has no relation to the past movies, and each movie really doesn't have any relationship to the others. They should call this movie the Phantom Story Arc because they clearly had no plan for this trilogy and were not able to execute a story on the fly. Surprise, surprise. It's rather difficult to do. I suppose the other possible thing that they could do with Rise of Skywalker is reveal, like what I said after Force Awakens came out, that Rey is actually Luke's daughter and she's had her mind wiped just like KOTOR. We had the map from KOTOR. It makes sense that we're going to have the KOTOR mind wipe. They could have also called this movie Attack of the Skywalker Clones. Maybe they're going to bring back a cloned Luke Skywalker and a cloned Anakin, which might have actually been in George Lucas's original treatments. You can find the treatments on the internet. I don't think they're real, but they involve Skywalker clones. Maybe they'll do back. Or how about Attack of the Star Wars Clones? That this movie is a clone of other Star Wars movies. We even have a piece of a Death Star, meaning the Death Star is featured in like 6 or 7 of the entire canon of Star Wars movies that exist. Maybe they're going to call it Revenge of the Sith again, because you have the Emperor laughing at the end of this teaser. So maybe it's going to be a return of Palpatine. Maybe he never left. Maybe they should call it Star Wars Episode 9, A Final Hope, because that's what fans have. They have one last hope that the franchise is not going to suck forever, that they haven't turned the Cadillac of franchises into the Exxon Valdez of franchises, helmed by drunkards and heading perilously for the shore. Maybe they should call it Star Wars Episode 9, The Empire Never Left, because nothing ever changes and the points don't mean anything. Maybe they should call it Star Wars Episode 9, Return of the Characters We Liked, because what we're treated to is Lando Calrissian, Chewbacca, C-3PO. And finally, we actually have the cast of this new trilogy, like all in one scene together. I don't think we've actually really had that, like Finn and Poe and Rey, and then the other characters like Chewie and C-3PO and maybe Leia, right? So they're finally having the cast actually have scenes together. That's rather interesting when you think about it. So return of the characters we like. Maybe they'll bring back a Force ghost of Han, and we'll have a Force ghost of Luke, and we'll have a Force ghost of Leia, because they'll probably need to kill her off quickly because Carrie Fisher's dead. So they'll have a computer-generated Force ghost of her. Maybe we should call it, Star Wars Episode 9, The Force Ghosts Awaken. And we'll have the Force Ghosts of Luke and the Force Ghost of Anakin battling the Force Ghost of Palpatine and the Force Ghost of Snoke. And Rey's going to be there doing important things. She's going to cast some magic that makes sure that the good guys win. And maybe she'll date Adam Driver's character. Maybe she'll date Kylo Ren, a.k.a. Ben Solo. So maybe they'll do that since they had that reveal in the first movie. Maybe they'll call it Star Wars Episode 9, the last movie. Hopefully this is the last movie that we'll ever see from Star Wars. We can let the franchise die, but I know better. because what Disney will do is they will hammer it into the ground until it's no longer profitable. Then they will take a break from producing Star Wars movies for a decade. Then they'll reboot the original trilogy. It is inevitable. You're going to see a remake of the original trilogy. It's going to happen. Or you're going to see kind of a soft reboot, which is basically what this trilogy kind of was, since Episode 7 was pretty close beat to the original Star Wars movie. Maybe this one's going to be a really close beat to Return of the Jedi. Return of the Revenge of the Jedi Sith. Rise of Skywalker. Maybe he's going to rise and be the new Emperor as a Force ghost. Who knows? What I do know is that this movie is not going to be good in the larger context of anything, really. People keep holding out hope. I get these questions all the time. How can Episode 9 be saved? How can they make Episode 9 good? And it's like, in the context of the previous two movies that came before it, they really can't. The only way would be if JJ were to throw out Episode 8, which maybe he will do. Maybe this will be like Star Wars Episode 9. Retcon of the Jedi, right? Maybe that's what it'll be. And if he did that, that would probably be a good thing. But you're not going to sit down and want to watch all three movies ever. Like, you're not going to look at them as one continuous package the way the other two trilogies were. You're just going to maybe look at the last movie if it's somehow good and then probably skip the others. But I really don't have faith in this one being good because Force Awakens was bad on so many different levels. Although a lot of people liked it, I think if you go back and reevaluate it just on a technical level, it's quite bad. There was a lot of mystery boxing that Rian Johnson just filled in on the fly, and there was a lot of things that are still left unanswered that maybe they'll get answered. Maybe they'll just abandon that whole track. I really don't have faith in them to wrap it all up in a nice little bow. They did say the end of the saga, and let's be hopeful that it is in fact that. Thanks so much for watching. Leave me your thoughts on the trailer down below, and I'll see you guys next time.